Roméo Lavia injury confirmed. We all had our worries, and now it's confirmed. That's right, Belgium manager Domenico Tedesco has confirmed that Roméo Lavia is suffering from an injury. That's right, it's been confirmed that he's yet again got a hamstring injury and he's been sent home to Chelsea. I think we're all worried about this. I think when international duty comes up, you worry for players like Roméo Lavia. I think out of all the Chelsea players, I expected him to drop out the squad because he came off against Arsenal with a slight injury. So I expected him not to play for Belgium, but I understand why he wanted to. It's a shame for Chelsea and Enzo Maresca because he struck up a formidable partnership with Moses Caicedo. I think this is a shame leading into this Christmas period. I hope and pray he's just been sent home out of precaution and it's not actually an injury. But look, this is worrying because yet again, it's the hamstring. And you can see already just how many times he's missed games of football through a hamstring injury in 22-23 season, where he missed 10 games for Southampton. Then he had a hamstring injury in the 2023-24 season, missed 28 games for Chelsea. And he's already had a hamstring injury at the beginning of this season, missing 4 games for Chelsea. That's the equivalent of missing 263 days through hamstring injuries. I don't know about you guys, but this actually worries me. I'm actually pleased Cole Palmer, Levi Colwill, Wesley Fofana dropped out of their squads because we can't afford yet another injury. In games coming up like Leicester, Aston Villa, the Conference League squad, we've got so many games coming up. We need everybody fit. It's yet to be confirmed whether he's fit enough to play against Leicester. I don't expect him to play, but I'm sure Chelsea are going to do their assessments and then come out with a statement close at the game. But if anybody watched my Roméo Lavia versus Enzo Fernandez video, I said in games against Leicester, in games against those at the bottom half or fighting relegations of the team, that's when you can get away with playing Enzo Fernandez in the middle of the park because you don't need to rely on that defensive stability as much as you would against a team like Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool. So if he is going to miss a game, I'm glad it's Leicester and not somebody like Arsenal. Such a shame because he was starting to build some momentum and everybody can see the quality he's got. And once he gains confidence, builds momentum, he's just going to get better. There's a lot of concerns when you take somebody like Roméo Lavia out the side. Not only does it affect his performance and his position, but it also affects Moses Caicedo. We've seen the levels Moses Caicedo stepped up to since Roméo Lavia has come into the side. He's took on that defensive burden. He's been the disciplined one and allowed Moses Caicedo to express himself, to be more athletic, to get around the pitch. Now Enzo Maresca is going to revert back to type and have Moses Caicedo being that more disciplined. And I don't think that gets the absolute maximum best out of Moses Caicedo. That it also brings out some defensive stability in the team. It also brings out the awareness to receive under pressure. And it also brings out some athleticism when you're replacing Roméo Lavia with Enzo Fernandez. But it's going to be interesting to see what Enzo Maresca does. And without getting too much in detail about it, because I want to bring out a pre-match review on it, how Chelsea can tactically break down Leicester. So make sure you're following so you can keep up to date with that. It's going to be interesting whether he brings Enzo Fernandez back into the double pivot and has him as that more advanced player looking to get alongside Cole Palmer like we're seeing at the start of the season. Or he's going to have him playing as a deep line playmaker and allow Cucurella to get in that position. It's going to be interesting to see what he does. Chelsea have been relying on creativity from their fullbacks since Roméo Lavia has come in the side and has taken out some creativity. However, Enzo Fernandez is better when he's creating from deep, as was he when he plays for Argentina. I just find it fascinating because there's so many different valuables that Enzo Maresca can put out on the pitch. It's going to be interesting to see what he does if Roméo Lavia is not fit to start. However, I don't think he would have started this game anyway. Even if he played on international duty, I think Enzo Maresca would have thought, look, we'll want to manage his workload. And probably if he is going to sit out in the game, rather than sitting out against Aston Villa, why doesn't he sit out against Leicester? Because without being too disrespectful, Leicester is a team that will need to be dominating, will need to be winning these games of football. Bringing in Enzo Fernandez might not be a bad thing because you can dictate the play more, you can be more expansive, expressive on the break. It's going to be interesting to see what Enzo Maresca does. And my final say on this, wouldn't be wonderful if we had Andre Santos, Leslie Ugochukwu, just to come in and fill this void, be that physical, athletic body in the middle of the pitch. This is why I said at the start of the season I would keep one of them in the squad. Moments like this, because we know for a fine fact you can't rely on Roméo Lavia, unfortunately. But if he is out for a long period, I just wonder if Chelsea try and recall one of them, especially with the amount of games coming up over the Christmas period. Carney Chukwuemeka has hinted out on a possible departure from Chelsea, and am I surprised? Absolutely not. We all know what's happened since he's arrived at Chelsea. His opportunities have been limited. Look, he has had injuries, we'll understand that, but when he has been fit, he's not even getting opportunities to showcase his talent. How is he meant to break into that first team? Best part of his career, that development stage when you were excited about getting on the pitch, you firstly breaking through into senior football, you want to be playing as much as possible. What's happened is the Secret Scout posted on Instagram with a picture of Carney Chukwuemeka and a list of games he's not even been in the squad for. And then he went on to say January is coming soon, which means the transfer window will be open. One player who I'm sure will be high in demand is Carney. He's too talented not to be playing, which I 100 categorically agree with. He is far too talented not to be showcasing his ability, and I'm sure he will be high in demand. He could perform at any top club and he would improve any squad. So it's a shame that he's not getting an opportunity at Chelsea. Look, I respect Enzo Maresca's decisions and you've got to go with it because he makes the ultimate call. But this just hurts because he's so talented. In an era where we're playing with like Roméo Lavia, where injuries will happen, he is perfect to come in that squad. I've seen some fans saying it's a lack of disrespect for him liking that post, but you know what? Put yourself in his shoes. When you are fit, you're not even getting an opportunity to show yourself. What you're supposed to do, stay there forever. I actually credit him wanting to leave and find some game time. He could easily sit there on the money and just make money, just sitting doing pretty much nothing, turning up to training, and that's it. So I actually respect that he's got the hunger to play, but he's also got the quality, man. This boy is so talented. If we're being perfectly honest, we shouldn't have any issues if he leaves. He's not even getting an opportunity. I would understand if he was getting the opportunity and he was stinking the place out and putting 1 out of 10 performances. I'd understand it. But look, he's not getting the opportunity. And if he does move on, whoever he moves on to, I'm sure he's going to be a hit if he stays injury-free. And yet again, he's probably looking over his shoulder and seeing that like Estevao coming in, Kendry Paez coming in. There's just too many number 10s, too many midfielders at Chelsea Football Club at the minute. Unfortunately, not everybody can get game time. So Maresca has to make a decision on who he wants in the squad and who he doesn't. And unfortunately for Chukwuemeka, he just hasn't had the opportunities, which is a shame because I would like to see him do well at Chelsea because I think he's a football player that Chelsea fans would absolutely take to. And we're seeing these qualities at the beginning of the last season under Pochettino. There's no doubt he's got qualities, but where his next move will be, I'm not so sure. These are the 2 bits of information that are surrounding Chelsea at the minute. And I want to know your thoughts. What do you think we should do against Leicester? If Roméo Lavia is 80% fit, should we risk him or should we rely on Enzo Fernandez? Look, I think for 1 or 2 games, it's okay. But to rely on Enzo Fernandez for the full season, to play week in, week out and dominate games, I'm sorry, I just can't see. He just hasn't got that athleticism that Enzo Maresca needs to play that role. Again, there's no doubt in his quality because Enzo Fernandez is so talented. And that's a makeup of this Chelsea squad. They've got too many talented players that all they need to do now is pick the right profile to fit that role. And I think Enzo Maresca is starting to get that right. So we probably will see talented, very talented footballers leave the football club and have a very good career elsewhere. But again, what are your thoughts on this Carney Chukwuemeka situation? Let us know in the comments below. And once again, I just want to say I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for watching.